Update number 17. Here I'm going to be mounting the retract mechanism into the foam nose cone. And so what I have to do is create pockets to accept the profile of this wood structure, which is the housing for the retract unit. And in order to do that, I'm going to be using the CNC machine to cut the pockets. So I have to generate some code to start with. I've created a little drawing here of what I need, and what I'm going to do is use the CNC machine to cut these pockets at different depths depending on how far off center each piece of structure is, which will be recessed into the foam. And the way I'm going to do that is use a fixture to hold the nose cone, and this fixture will be used to hold both the left and the right side. Now you can see this is a piece of the material that I had whenever I made the first, this was the prototype fuselage fixture. Well, I'd made a few changes, so rather than just throw this wood out, I'm going to reuse it for this fixture. And what I've done is I've actually taken the nose cone and placed it within this area, the wood area here, and strategically marked some places around it so that I can actually run masking tape. You can see the masking tape goes through here, and what happens is you actually tape. Here you can see the other half is actually taped to this fixture, so it's not going to move. And of course I indicate this on the CNC machine, and then my bit is going to be cutting in this area here, and I'm going to cut out the pockets, and this is actually going to recess in, and actually it'll be setting in there in this direction. So the servo will be forward, the wheel will of course retract forward, and therefore I will wind up with a perfect fit of that structure into the foam. And of course after this one is cut, then I'll remove it and tape this one to this side, and then I'll of course flip this over within the fixture and then run the code again for the opposite side, and I'll wind up with both the left and the right that will be cut and should be a perfect fit. So let's take a look and see how that goes. And now we're ready to go check the fit of the wood parts. Okay, here's a look at the finished cut just off the machine. You can see there's a little bit of a channel right here, and that is going to be for this piece of hardwood here. Also, this piece here is going to drop down in that slot. I'm going to have another one of the same length that's going to drop down in this slot, and that one will actually attach here via 2 screws, one on either side, because I want to be able to remove this plate in case I needed to service the servo or make adjustments to any of this area right here, especially the cables, and this will just make it easy so I can get to that mount. Also, the wheel well is cut out. It is a perfect fit for the wheel, or should be. We're going to find out here in just a minute. The other parts are just everything needed to be real close tolerance so that I didn't wind up having to use a lot of glue. So now let me go ahead and lay this unit in here, and we can see together how it's going to fit. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so it looks like everything dropped right in. You can see that if I push this up, everything is a perfect fit. Now see, this channel right here is so that this can be put in from the inside here, because it'll all be accessed here, because all of this other will be glued together. Also, you can see the chase now for the servo wire. That's just going to run in that chase out into the opening of the fuselage. So all in all, that looked pretty good. And since I have it hooked up, let's raise the gear. So you can see the gear does get up inside the fuselage, and that's going to work out really well. So now I need to cut the left side, and then I'll be able to glue these 2 halves together, and that'll complete the nose cone assembly. Okay, what I want to do is go ahead and mount the nose cone onto the fixture, and the way to do this is to line up the edges of the cone with the marks I have on the fixture, and then I'm just using masking tape to tape this in place. And you can see my notches. There's 4 notches that the cone lines up on, 2 in the back and 2 up near the front. And then we mash the tape down real good, and now I'm ready to go load this in the fixture, and I'll be ready to run the code to cut this side. Here's a look at the MD-87 nose cone now after being put together, and with the retract hardware installed. The wheels are up in the wheel well, and take a look. You can see the notches, the way they came together. And now I'm going to cycle the gear. So we'll throw the switch and let the gear come out. We'll retract the gear back.